Are you just singing or are we live?
We're live! Welcome to eCourse Adventures Live, everybody.
The show where we help creators like you build your ultimate student learning experience. Because let's face it, most online courses, like 97%, are not totally awesome. They're sad and lonely because students evacuate the moment they register.
Yeah, so in this video, we're going to hopefully show you how to improve your videos because we got Jan Keck from Big 3 Video Agency to share with us how to create the hook, and we'll show you all that sort of stuff right after this.
And
I tried to do my best there. I was watching Jan's video about the hook. Yeah. And I was like, man, we need to be doing a better hook at the beginning.
We need better hooks.
Yeah,
so
we tend to chat way too much at the beginning.
Like a couple of chatty Cathys. Like we're just getting caught up and having a little cup of coffee. But we're here to provide value for you. And you know what? You know what's a really important part of writing marketing and making great videos?
What?
A potent script. Do you remember back in the olden days when we started the great eCourse adventure? And we had like all these big ideas about this like adventure on the mountain, and we'd shoot it all on green screen. And for like the first 25 or so lessons, we just kind of winged it. We had clipboards and we had a rough outline on the clipboards.
Yeah, 25 minutes later, the video would come to a conclusion.
Yeah, and then you'd be left cleaning up the mess of like, how do I put all of this together? But then we evolved and we're like, you know, we'd probably save a lot of time in post-production, and we would make way more potent bite-sized lessons that would just get to the point if we wrote a good script. Yeah. And I'm really excited for our conversation today because Jan and Natalia, his business partner at Big 3 Video Agency, they've got their course, The Powerful Video Formula, up on our eCourse Adventures Marketplace, and we're selling it there for all of you. And I binge watched that course when I was uploading it. Like, I was just so delighted by the lessons that they have on making potent videos. Like, they really are true to what it is that they're teaching. And so we're definitely going to learn some stuff today, which is really exciting. And we've got a couple videos we're going to show. But before we get to that, we just had a fantastic race that occurred.
What just happened, Bradley?
Well, the last 5 weeks, we had 15 adventurous course creators racing to the top of Launch Summit where they were to create their ultimate free offering to their students. And this epic contest just ended on Sunday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Can you cue the mountain?
Queuing.
Oh! That happened faster than I was expecting.
There we go. So, welcome to the mountain, everybody. We are officially here at the eCourse Adventure Games.
It's actually just the eCourse Games.
eCourse Games.
Hey. We took 2 weeks off. We're a little behind the time. So we had 15 amazing people build their ultimate free offering. And for us, like, this is the new way that we're moving forward with the great eCourse Adventure, is that we're going to pay out cash to all of you to build your ultimate courses. We want to help raise the industry to a higher place of awesomeness than it's been ever before. And to do this, we're bribing you with money. We're paying out cash dollars. So we're in the judging process right now. Yesterday I judged 7 of the contestants. Nice. And there's some cool courses. I'm having a lot of fun. Just a few examples of courses that we've been judging. One of our students, Jessica Antonelli, she made a course called From Stick Figures to Savvy Sketches. Now, nice. Jessica is an art teacher from down in the States.
Can we show any of these?
We'll show them next week. Next week, we're announcing the big winners. So we will show off the top 3 winners who win money.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
But Jessica's is really cool. Nice. Steve Baker made one called the Audio Nemesis, where he teaches people making videos how to clean up audio villains. So, all sorts of different audio challenges that you would have. That one is really fun. I mean, he goes right into character. It's so fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, he had me laughing out loud. We had Paulo made a kayaking course. So he's been teaching kayaking for years and years.
How many courses has this guy made now?
He's made like 8 or more. And his the cinematography is so beautiful. He's teaching you to paddle, and he's actually got cameras underneath the water so you can see what the paddles are doing.
Awesome.
It's tons of wildlife.
I can't wait to see all these.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I feel like a proud uncle, we've spent 3 years getting ourselves to this point, and now we're starting to see the fruits of our labors show up in how our students are creating courses.
Nice.
I'm so grateful.
Nice.
And it's been really fun and just delightful to go through these courses.
So
and get
next
to judge
week,
them.
we're going to be showing the top 3. So tune in next week.
December 5th at 11
a.m.
PST.
Jessica as well on the show next week.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
So it's great. In January, we're going to be launching our next cash prize eCourse games. There's going to be more money on the table. And people are going to be racing to build a paid course. They're going to be building a paid course. A paid course.
Nice.
And there'll be about 2 months.
You can get paid to make a paid course.
You can, win money
I need
to
make
get
in
your
on
paid
that.
course. I know, we should enter.
I could use another paid course.
Yeah, exactly. So there'll be more details on that coming in the next few weeks, I imagine.
Awesome. All right.
But that's enough of that.
Let's
go back to the studio. It's cold up here.
Bursy burr.
Hey.
All right. It's actually getting hot in there.
Oh, thank God we have that teleportation device.
Yeah, totally right.
Let's talk about script writing. This is one of the biggest things that we've learned that has helped us just make awesome courses. Awesome scripts equal awesome courses, because with a script, you can create a storyboard, and with a storyboard, you can find the right backgrounds, you can create the right environment, you can wear the right costume or clothing.
And it gives, from our experience, it gives us the time to go over what we've written and to consolidate and to condense and really purify what we're looking to say to create the most effective engagement possible.
Totally.
Between us in front of the camera trying to engage, our potential customers and students, and because we know there's not a lot of time that seems to be out there. We're all very busy just trying to make a living. So there's nothing worse than having a course that you want to learn, but then it takes hours and hours
sifting through the rambles.
Yeah.
You know that a teacher will just ramble on and on and on and on and circle around the exact same point and say it in a bunch of different ways, but they never actually get to the point, and they go off on tangents. We don't have time for tangents.
An interesting
education.
Scientific fact that I learned from Jan's video last night when I was looking at it, that it has now been proven that the average internet user's ability to focus has been reduced down to 8 seconds. A goldfish's ability to focus is 9 seconds.
Wow.
So we're
the most evolved creatures on the planet.
Hey Bradley. Oh, good to see you.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, Bradley.
Oh, hey, Blair.
Good to see you.
Oh, look, hey.
Yeah. So that's why we have to make sure that we can hook, line, and sinker to be able to get that across.
Yeah.
Should we bring on?
Let's bring on Jan.
I'm sure he's got something to say.
Jan,
are you there?
Hello.
Hey. You look more fatherly since the last time you were on the show.
What does that mean?
Well, it's been 6 weeks since our son was born, so it's been quite of a experience.
Yay!
For sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Way to go.
So a son indeed. What's your son's name?
His name is Mika.
Mika.
I love that name.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember it was a few weeks before you were about to be a father last time we had you on the show. So congratulations on the successful birthing process. And how's fatherhood?
Exciting and exhausting. Short nights sometimes. Like, there's definitely something to say about being more productive as a parent, because suddenly you have to do the same amount of work in less time, or with less sleep, with less focus. I feel like my attention span is probably less than a goldfish now.
Yeah.
With like this little sleep that I'm getting. So yeah.
Yeah. It's so true, but those hours where you're working can be so much more focused now, because you know that the time could tick out at any time.
Exactly.
My little
Luckily,
guys,
I have my parents visiting right now that are helping out a lot, so that's why I can do things like this. And I know even if he starts crying, there's somebody, at least 3 people around to help him get fed.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, and it gets easier. I mean, my little guy's 2.5 now, and he wants to show up and work beside me in the studio. And
he's making his own e-courses now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Is he participating in the challenge in January?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's wanting to make some money so that he can buy some toys.
Yeah. Cost of living is so expensive now. They're charging him rent, and it starts early.
Yeah. Well, we got to pay the bills somehow. He's a talented kid. He can handle it.
Yeah. So I
hope you take a percentage.
Yeah. We keep 35%.
So let's chat about getting people's attention, keeping their attention, getting in front of the camera. That's a big thing about what we find a lot of our students. You get this idea of creating an e-course. You've got something to share. You get your green screen, you get your camera, you write your script, and then you get in front of the camera, and then you're just like, you're in front of the headlights.
Or your nervous energy causes you to ramble and ramble and ramble. And historically, from my experience, I never wanted a script. I'm like, I'm charismatic. I have a good personality. I'm just going to get in front of the camera and talk. And that was why our video lessons were so freaking long.
We've learned a lot, that's for sure.
We've learned a lot of things. That's why we have a live show. This is where we can get our rambles out.
Yeah.
This is totally unscripted. So let's just talk about script writing. What have you guys learned at Big 3 Video Agency? Because you've worked with a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. You create a lot of videos, marketing, and e-course lessons and that. What have you learned about script writing?
Like you mentioned, I think there's at least two different, maybe there's more. There's 2 different kinds of people. When it comes to recording your videos, either you don't even know what to say and how to structure your video, and once the camera turns on, you kind of draw blank.
Yeah. And
you don't know anything you want to say. And on the other end, you might have people who are like you, Brad, so comfortable with just talking off the cuff that when they start filming and the camera is on, they just ramble on for way too long. And then you end up with these 20-minute videos that nobody will watch the whole thing through. And I think I've seen that mostly with people doing Facebook Lives in like the last 2 years since it came out, of them just starting to share something that I don't know I have no idea what the content of the video is going to be about. Like, why should I keep watching? And like we're going to talk about today, one of the most important things is how you start the video, with people's attention spans being so short, and so many other things, trying to get their distractions from notifications on social media and emails and babies that need their attention. How can you capture them in the beginning so they actually watch the whole video? Because if you create a course and people don't watch the video, then what's the point?
Yeah, it's something I've been trying to apply just from what I've been able to learn from getting people's attentions, but I really liked how you show that in the course. I mean, the course itself is just a lot of fun, and I really appreciated from a producer's perspective your ability to keep things quick. The change of the music was something that I was really appreciating, and about using different music, different feels to keep it entertaining. So if it was longer sections, it would soon change the feel. We'll be able to show a video shortly to give people a taste of that. But yeah, like it was really a lot to learn about how to work with this medium as the culture changes.
Because, I mean, most of the people building courses, they've taught classes or workshops or coaching people. And when you're doing that, you have an engaged audience in front of you, so you can kind of weave a little bit more. But when it's people short on time with many distractions on the internet, we have to be so precise with our message that we're trying to share with the people on the other side of the screen. Because if we're not clear, they're gone. And so that's the difference between the videos and in-person stuff. Is in person, you can ramble, you can move all over the place, whereas videos, like, we got to get to the point, we got to do it in an interesting way.
Yeah, and I think the great opportunity with using video as the medium rather than doing something live is that you can script it, meaning either you don't know what to say, then the script will actually help you figure out what are the different points that you want to get across, and there'll be like little kind of crumbs that will lead you through the video. Or if you feel like you're rambling too much, that will keep you on point, so you don't talk about something that isn't really the topic of this video, but maybe of another video, so you don't kind of stray off the course.
Yeah. Now you have a formula for short videos which you sent us. Did you get that image that Jan sent us?
Oh yeah, right.
Is that anywhere?
I haven't done that yet. But
we'll come back to that.
You sent that via email?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get that up right now.
And I love, everybody loves a method and a process and a formula. And it seems like the way that you broke it down with the image Blair is going to bring up in a minute is there is a formula for writing the scripts. There's a series of things that you have to do in order to take people on a journey through a video experience. And while Blair is bringing that up,
Which email did you send it to?
I don't know. Maybe your other one? Let's just talk about the formula, and then we'll get an image up in a minute.
Exactly. I can start sharing. There's 5 different elements that we have
send it to this
found are the most important for each video.
This one?
Sorry.
Oh, it's under the... Okay, yep.
We got it.
We got it.
You found it? Cool.
Okay, I'm going to save it. Saving.
The 5 components of a winning video script is what we call it.
I like that. I mean, that sounds sexy. I want to watch the video on that. Wait.
Oh, we also have a whole like bonus chapter in the course around how to come up with the title for your video to make it engaging and not necessarily clickbait, but something that creates some mystery or intrigue that people click the video.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
I mean, that's so important, the naming of the video, because if you spend all this time making the video, then
There we go.
and you come up with a crappy name that's like not exciting and it isn't clickbait, then nobody's gonna watch it. So Blair just got this up. Let's come back to naming the video in a minute, but let's dig into this.
Awesome. So what are we looking at here?
So this is the basic video structure that we use for, let's say, a 3-minute video. And there's 5 different components. The first one is the hook, which, like you said, you want to grab people's attention in the beginning. So what do you say that...
How did we do this? How did we do
intrigued?
today there, Jan? Did we get the hook in? I was conscious of that. I was like, oh yeah, the hook.
It was an afterthought, we'll admit.
The hook and the intro, they work kind of hand in hand.
Yeah.
So if you think about the hook being something intriguing that gets people's attention, the intro would be, in this video today, you're going to learn this. So very tangible, like what is the outcome? If I keep watching, what will I learn?
Nice. And that's clearly under 30 seconds.
Yes.
It's like a 25-second limit.
I don't know. We could brainstorm. If you have any topic, we could brainstorm something. But I'll start with one.
Let's just do our show. Let's just do the show today. Like, how could we have improved our show?
So the hook could, like, one of the best hooks that I like using is talking about the problem. So let's say people have, like we already talked about, either you ramble too much or you don't know what to say in your videos. So if you create something in the first 15 seconds talking about that, so people who have felt that problem, they like their ears will perk up. They're like, oh, I ramble on. I want to know the solution to that. Like you're not giving the solution yet, but then the second sentence could be, in this video, we'll show you a 5-step script formula on how to make sure you don't ramble in your videos.
I like that. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
Yeah.
Brad?
Oh, right now. Happy New Now.
Later in the show.
So then the intro is like, today we're gonna we're gonna talk about that.
You pretty much just reiterate the hook, right? Then pretty much, because that's what the video is about.
Basically, the hook is intriguing, and then the intro is just confirming that people are in the right place.
Right.
Like this formula works really well for any YouTube video where somebody might be searching on YouTube how to get rid of my back pain. Then the hook might be, have you felt like back pain in the last 10 days? And it is really painful. In this video, I'll show you 3 exercises on how to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So it's, if somebody's searching and they hear that and they're searching for how to get rid of my back pain, today I'm going to learn 3 different ways to get rid of it, then they know they're in the right spot and they'll keep watching.
Nice. And that's usually then when you would cue your little video intro piece for your channel or whatever at that point, right?
Exactly. Like if it's not an online course where people already know you, if it's something that goes on YouTube, this is where you would also introduce yourself or your company as the expert, or we like to do it with a value proposition of I help my audience achieve or accomplish, and then whatever their goal is. So something really like a really short intro.
Cool. Nice. And then where does that lead from there? So what's the story then? This is your main content?
So the main content has 2 parts. It's usually most people only stick to what we call the value bomb, which is the actual steps. So let's say if there's three steps to get rid of the back pain, or 5 components, this will be, here's the 5 components. So it's very actionable. Works best if you split them up into steps, because people remember that easier, and like 3 to 5 is like the maximum you want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
The story before that basically helps you create a connection with your audience, because you're telling a personal story on how maybe the topic has affected you, how you found out about this solution, anything where you can basically tell a personal story that relates to the topic.
We told a story at the beginning of the show.
Case study.
Nice.
We talked about how we used to be rambly Cathy's when we started the Great eCourse adventure, and it made so much more work and worse videos.
Yeah.
And that was perfect. That was exactly what I would tell people to do.
Like a couple of professionals.
We're professionals. Yeah. So what's the main, like, why not just go to the value bomb?
If your goal is to connect with your audience and make them also trust and like and believe you, then you want to make sure that they get a glimpse of who you are as a person as well. Because at the end of the day, there is probably 100 other people who have the same content, the same solution, the same value bomb.
There's a lot of people out there.
There's only one you. And in online education, people can choose their own teachers. They can decide, I want to learn this topic from this teacher, from this educator, because I really like his style, I like his personality, I like the way she dresses. Whatever it is, you decide. So the more you can add your personality to the video, and the best way to do that is with personal stories, the better you'll connect with them and create that like that strong, engaged audience.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. So then that's when you now go to the value bomb. I'm guessing this is like what people are actually watching the video for.
Here's the 5 steps.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is pretty straightforward. It really depends on what the topic of the video is.
Nice.
Well, and then let's dig into the call to action, because I mean, this CTA, is such a huge piece. And when building e-courses, I mean, every single video lesson has a call to action. It's like, we just taught you this, now you need to go do this to apply the lesson we just learned. So what are some keys that make up a solid call to action?
Good question.
I believe that most people put either no call to action, meaning they just end the video after they gave the value, and then you've spent all this time getting people's attention, which is so short in the first place, and then you don't give them the next step. So you're missing out a huge opportunity here, or you try to make them do too many things at once. I see there's a lot of times on YouTube where people say, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, share the video on Facebook, and also go to my website to download that thing.
It's like you're just hoping that one of those things land home and they take action. It's like, come on, please, any one of these, anyone. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the more simple you can make it, like if there's only one call to action, then a lot more people will be actually executing on that.
Yeah. When we first started with before the great eCourse adventure and the eCourse creation blueprint, I mean, I would have 45-minute video lessons with 9 call to actions. It was like, it was crazy. I just didn't know at the time that people need bite-sized, step-by-step little wins create the big win. So that's super important. The just like doing all these things, like do this, then that, then this, then that, then this. It's just kind of like leaky chi. There's no power anymore. It just fizzles out.
Yeah. So what are some examples just for people if they're unclear of what a call to action might look like?
Yeah, and we can maybe do, let's say, a YouTube channel video that is maybe marketing for your course or for your business and an online course. So for the YouTube channel, it really depends on what is your goal with the video that you put out there. So I believe the strongest call to action you can give is click this link in the description to go to my website and download something in exchange for your email address that relates to the content of your video. So let's say I just did this video on here's the 5 steps for a perfect video script. If you go to my website under this link, you'll download a PDF template that you can fill in the blank. Because that's relevant to what people are watching, and I get their email address, which means now I can contact them with other offers, the whole kind of sales funnel of the course. If you ask people just to subscribe to your channel, they might watch more videos, but you can't message them.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And as far as content creators this day and age, there's making videos on YouTube, there's making Facebook Live and building a following through Instagram. Like, what are some other ways that people can use video to grow their audience, or what are ways that you're seeing that, like, this is a really great way for anybody that's making high quality videos? You should be doing this.
I think there's a lot of different ways from what you can do.
Yeah.
Really depending on who you want to engage with. Like if you want to find new people to find out about your work, about your course, then YouTube is a really great place to upload how-to videos or content that people are actually searching for, because they use it kind of like a search engine.
Yeah.
Probably all had, I don't know, something broken in your house, and then you went to YouTube to figure out how to fix it.
Totally.
If that's your service, that you actually help people fix stuff.
Right. It's kind of the go-to.
Yeah. So that would be, I guess, one great way. The other one that we've used a lot is just Facebook and running Facebook ads to get new people. But that's like YouTube. You have to wait for people to find it. And then it will work really well. So it might take a long time.
Yeah. On
Facebook, if you put some money behind it, if you have a budget, then that will speed up the whole process, and you can really target the people that you think might be interested in your content.
Now, I know Instagram is also really popular for social media and connection, and they've got a fairly new video option as well. Have you been working with that, and have any suggestions for making good Instagram videos?
So Instagram videos, like posted in the feed themselves, I don't find work as well, because the tricky thing is, if you have a call to action and you want people to click a link, there's no way to put a link in the description of an Instagram post. You have to click on somebody's bio and then click the link there, and you have to change that all the time. So that's a little bit harder, but I've used Instagram stories and posting videos in Instagram stories to engage my existing audience a lot more.
Okay.
And giving them almost like a behind the scenes look of, again, this is more the branding piece, like showcasing how you're an expert in a field, showcasing the work that you do, maybe adding a couple of like short tips to build your credibility.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's as good for like wanting people to get off Instagram and take action somewhere else.
Right. So it's like adding a log to the fire that already exists, and just building that compared to starting new fires and getting new leads. Right. Cool.
Yeah. Although I'm sure there's experts out there that really focus on using, let's say, hashtags on Instagram and find that works well for them. I haven't found it works as well with video. It works better with photos.
Cool.
Now, as far as the formula goes, it seems like the hook is the most important part. Because if your hook sucks, people are going to, obviously you've got a 15-second hook and they have the attention span of 9 seconds or 8 seconds. Very few seconds anyways. So we got to get the hook down. Now we have a video that you guys did at one of your lessons from the powerful video formula that we're going to show here on the hook. So let's show the hook video and then we can dig into that a little bit more because folks, we got to get the hook right.
We got to get the hook right.
The right hook.
The hook. Here we go. Let's see if, I hope this is going to work. Is this
hey, you're boxing. Like a hook. Like a right hook. I get it.
Good old right hook. Nice. Clever. All right, let's try this out.
Dad jokes already before I was a dad.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
start that.
Time out. Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Someone turn the audio
does
down.
that?
I don't know. Actually, let's not make it too. I've got too many screens going on here. Let's go. Let's try this again.
I had onions and a salad and some blueberries.
Yes, it's true. People's attention spans are super short, especially online. According to a recent study, the average internet user's attention span is now even shorter than the one of a goldfish. But if you're planning to do some YouTube ads at one point in the future, you only have 5 seconds to hook your viewer. The goal of this video is to create an amazing hook that will get people's attention right off the top and makes them watch until the end of the video. Let's do this. The hook. To start, we really have to think about how the viewers will find your video. Maybe they have a problem and in their research your video comes up. So really have to think about what emotions they're in and what state they're in. To make sure we address that in our video, let's start off with a little empathy exercise. Close your eyes and really put yourself in your prospect's shoes. What's going on in their mind? What questions do they have? What are their emotions when they search for your keyword? Now open your eyes and just write down your thoughts, all your findings on a notepad or on the worksheet. So this weekend, for example, I was looking for a massage therapist because I had this really bad back pain, you know, the one that you get when you're sitting in front of the computer for too long. So some of the questions that I ask myself are like, are they in my neighborhood? Are they open on a Sunday? And most importantly, are they qualified and do they have good reviews so they can actually help me with my problem? Had my massage therapist had a video that started with,
If you're suffering from neck pain, then do these 3 exercises that will make you feel better immediately.
I would have definitely watched the video till the end. The key to a great hook is identifying your audience and speaking to their concerns. So here are 2 ways you can do this. The first way is by creating curiosity, by asking questions like, have you ever thought how it feels like having the perfect body? And people checking out when you walk down the street?
Have you ever thought that you wanted to kill your boss, even though you're self-employed?
If you make it relatable and you maybe add a personal experience to it, then the viewer will actually put themselves in your feet, experiencing the story as they were there themselves.
In your shoes, they don't put themselves in your feet.
The second way is based on human psychology. People usually want to avoid pain and they want to avoid danger.
Way too many talented women entrepreneurs are making these dangerous mistakes when it comes to trading their time for money.
So when you're introducing the biggest myths or the biggest mistakes in your video, people are really inclined to watch it because, as you know it with things that people post on social media, you really want to know those deadly things that you eat every day, wouldn't you? Did you know that drinking the wrong water makes you fat? Remember, this is only the hook. We're not really giving away the solution yet. So if you want to make sure that people watch your video till the end, there's one more really important thing we need to tell them. And we see a lot of people miss this, and then they wonder why nobody's watching the videos till the end. And it's really simple. It's called the promise. And it goes like this. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to, and then you just add the title of your video. And that's it.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to find your spirit animal and the message of wisdom it has for you. Are you an eagle, a salmon, or maybe a buffalo? Let's find out.
Well, I just found that I'm a bear.
Great.
Usually you only have about 5 to 10, maximum 15 seconds for your hook. So you really want to make sure that it's really short and it gets people's attention. So your challenge now is to come up with a great hook for your video. And to summarize, there's two main components. One is an opening question or statement that really intrigues the audience and makes them feel that they're in the right place. And the second sentence is, in this video, I'm going to show you how to, plus the title of your video. And that's it. Really simple.
Oh, very nice.
I love it. Those videos are so much fun. I can't believe you guys created an entire
Today I'm going to tell you a
Oh,
secret.
wait.
A secret?
Oh, a secret.
Oh my God, he's hooking me in.
Nice. Yeah.
So you might have even noticed that in this video I used the whole formula myself. Like there was a hook for the hook video, there was a story about the massage therapist, which actually really happened the day I was writing the script. And I had a call to action at the end, which was the challenge. And I added one more thing to that video, which I think is really great if you're teaching content, which is a summary. Especially if the video is a little bit longer, like at the end, just summarize what people have learned in the video.
Clever,
just in like a bullet point, like here's like one, two things that you need to remember, and now go out and do it.
Yeah, that video was so well done. I really appreciate that. It's quick moving, it gets to the point. The audio quality is phenomenal. The video quality is great. The music, you know, it's top scores.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm actually curious, how do you get that really great black background?
We just have a black, like I think it was like a black cloth background that we picked up somewhere online.
Yeah.
And it goes on like two stands with the bar on the top.
Just simple.
Or you have something like I have set up behind me, which we also have a chapter on how to set up your home studio, where we show you how to set it up with like a paper backdrop. So that just pulls down when I'm recording videos, and it's just black.
Yeah, we want to get something for our new studio, some of those paper drops. Yeah, really effective. Yeah, that looks great. Super simple. And how many costumes did you guys use for that whole course?
We've never counted, but we definitely bought a lot of them just for this course. And then I think we also recorded a bunch of things around Halloween. So we just went into costume shops and just started picking things up. And then on the shoot day, sometimes it was like, oh, we need to bring this point across. What prop do we have that could demonstrate that?
Nice.
From like, I don't know.
It's quite the tickle trunk.
Like literally that nurse outfit that Natalia was wearing as the massage therapist was, I just saw scrubs. I'm like, let's buy scrubs. I don't know for what, but we'll find some reason to put them on.
Celeste, my wife, is always like, you have to throw out like half your costumes this year. I'm like, no, they might come in handy someday. It's like, I'm a minimalist. I want to like get rid of everything else, but not the costumes.
Right. Well, you know, the art of minimalism is getting rid of the things that aren't necessary.
Right. Costumes totally necessary.
Costumes super necessary.
Yeah.
They bring you lots of joy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So for you guys, like with that course, all of like, obviously the main lesson chunks were scripted, but the BRoll stuff where you walk on and say, I just found out I'm a bear. Like, was that stuff that was scripted, or were you guys just messing around and creating like BRoll?
So in the very beginning of filming our course, we've realized that there's a certain magic that happens when you fail and you don't get it perfect. And we almost made that our signature by like there was parts in the script where I just told Natalia, hey, this is your line. And I didn't tell her that I would like do something and then just see what happens.
Nice.
Or I wouldn't tell her my line, and then we'll like catch that moment, because those real moments are the ones that your personality shines through the most, especially if you're a little bit nervous in front of the camera.
I like how you had people
so much more human.
Yeah, walking in your feet.
I know. I didn't notice that. Like, English is not my native language, so it totally made sense to me. But then I could have just cut out that whole sentence and redo it, and I think I actually did. Yeah. But it wasn't as good as leaving in the mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually showcasing her then, correcting you, and it brings such a charm, which we talked about earlier, is making sure your personality comes through, because how many other people are going to be that we could find online that is teaching this sort of work, but people who will find you and appreciate that go like, yeah, these are my teachers. I like these guys.
Yeah, and there's lots of people that that probably wouldn't be our audience. Like, there's people that our style just doesn't work for them, and that's totally fine. We're just trying to find the ones that do love costumes, that do love swearing every once in a while, and like having fun.
Yeah. Now, I was aware of the music a lot more because you mentioned it earlier. For like, you guys had a great way of just bringing the music in to shift up each of the main components of the lesson. Where do you get your stock music? This is always for us, we're always looking for like the gems of places to go.
Yeah, I think, and actually I have to double check. I think we have a whole like resource PDF in the course with the like different libraries that we use.
Nice.
But we do have a membership with Audioblocks. It's like audioblocks.com. Yeah. I think it's some like $150 a year. Yeah. And you get unlimited downloads of music. Like, not everything is great quality, but for like little background stuff in videos, this works really well. And it's royalty free, which means you don't have to worry about copyrights and YouTube maybe taking down your videos because you used some popular song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually appreciating how you would take and clip the tail end of the track and time that with the tail end of that point. And so, when we're watching it, we're not really paying attention to the music. We're listening to what you're saying. So I actually stopped and like, did they time that? And I'm like, oh no, I can kind of hear where it's a little bit of a hard edit, but it's so effective. And that's something that was new to me, actually, that I really took from that video, watching your work.
Yeah. Music is a beautiful thing that helps you structure your video even more. Like, if you look again at the different points, the different pieces in the script, if each one of those pieces has a different music track, it will help the viewer also stay more engaged and pay more attention to things, rather than it being like one track underneath everything. Yeah. And then it kind of blends into each other.
Now, do you find that when using music, do you choose like your track or so your video needs to be like music consistently, or no music at all, or can you go in and out? Is there a technique, a formula for that?
For me, it's just it really is based on how it feels when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And music, like, again, the exciting thing about if you use an upbeat, happy song, it can make the most boring content much more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Because music is so much better to kind of tap into the audience's emotions than what you're saying can be. So a lot of times we add more exciting music if the delivery maybe wasn't as engaging, to just compensate for that.
Right. Yeah. Help balance
it. It's a great crutch. Yeah. Now there's so many layers that go into making a captivating video. You've got the actual words. So you've got the formula for how to like lead people on the journey using your words. You've got the music to invoke emotion. You've got the in post-production, the cut shots, so changing the editing or the camera so that it's going back and forth and so that there's movement in it. You've got what you're actually wearing in it. So whether it's costumes or what you're wearing, you've got the environment behind you. You could bring up visuals. Like what else is there that we can use as far as tools and techniques to make more captivating media?
I think aside from everything that you just mentioned, like I forgot the statistic, but is it something like people on like what you say only matters like 7% of what you, how was it? Like if you're on video, only 7% is what you say, and most of it is your body language and the way you say it. So in our course, we really go into how can you use different body language techniques and different exercises to get you ready to be on camera.
Yeah.
So you can deliver something that is more engaging. Even like the way you use your voice and what you say is only 7% is the content, but how you say it is so much more. So if I, like you in the video that you started playing afterwards, where I say, hey, I'm going to tell you a secret. Like me saying that in like a whispering voice makes you pay much more attention than if I said, hey, I'm going to tell you a secret.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Totally. It's like this, I'm leaning in. I wanted to learn more.
And then if you add the body language to it, it would be like, hey, I'm going to tell you a secret. Kind of lean in. So the audience leans in too.
Nice. Yeah. So you teach this pretty much all in the Powerful Video Formula course, right? You go through all these techniques, and what else do you teach in that program?
So it starts with figuring out a little bit more about what your value proposition is. Like, who do you actually serve? What are your superpowers? And we have a bunch of superhero costumes in there too that we were able to play with. Then it's the script, and oh man, I need to look it up again. It's a lot of stuff. It's from like video production crash course. So like what camera to use, what lighting to use, what editing software to use, the whole like body language and how to develop charisma chapter. We also invited a couple of style guides that help us and help our audience figure out what to wear in front of the camera and what does that say about you. Like how many buttons you have your shirt open actually shows how serious you are.
Really?
Like all the way buttoned up is very serious, and like too many buttons open is like not trustworthy.
How are we doing?
So,
look at all that chest hair, Bradley. What does that suggest?
Yeah. What am I saying to you?
I probably wouldn't buy anything expensive from you.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh no! How about now?
Yeah.
Now it's also not trustworthy because I can't really see your face.
Oh
But,
no!
So much to learn.
Oh jeez! Better take the Powerful Video Formula course.
Yeah. There's a right level, and the same thing goes with like hair and makeup, which is especially something really important for any women out there, because we have we have mostly women taking our course, and they always say that it takes them too long to get ready to film the video because there's so much that goes into makeup and hair and figuring out the right clothing that sometimes they even abort filming because they just spend a couple of hours deciding how to look, how to get ready. And even for men, like, again, there's these little details, subconscious messages that you are sending to your audience. If you have sweat on your forehead, it makes you look nervous, although you might not be nervous.
Yeah.
It makes you look less trustworthy again.
Right.
So just using a little bit of powder might help hold back the sweat, especially if you're shooting, let's say, in a hot environment with hot steam.
Nice. That's our next hire.
That's
the next
powder
hire.
Person.
Powder person.
Makeup,
Yeah.
hair, makeup. Yeah. That's funny, but true. I guess, maybe that's why people like Canadians so much. We don't look as nervous because we're not sweating as much as people down south of the
we're
border.
so trustworthy up here. Thank goodness it's cold.
Right, we don't sweat as much, so we totally.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm just going to show here the website the powerful video formula here, actually here on our platform, eCourse Adventures, which we're really super stoked to be hosting.
This is like 100% necessary for any of you out there that want to make awesome online courses and
what
media.
You'll learn: create videos that sell with our proven powerful video formula. Go from feeling embarrassed to confident on video. Create professional looking videos using just your smartphone. And develop your authentic signature style and love the way you look on camera.
You guys do such a good job on this.
So like, I love the color of the blue and the red, the yellow glasses. Was this something that your stylists had kind of helped you with?
Actually, during the filming of our course, we got a lot clearer on what our style is too. And you'll see that in the video, like we just captured the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where both Natalia and me go through different outfits and have them basically critique us and tell us, oh, this works really well for you, or this doesn't work as well, maybe change this. So that blue background was a video that we filmed after we shot the whole course.
Oh, cool.
Where we applied all the tips that we learned.
So we can kind of see through even these chapter pictures how that's shifting a little bit. Hey, because then you would have shot that just like when we did the Great eCourse Adventure, how we totally started getting our own flow and feel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I'm seeing there's one more chapter that I didn't talk about, which is we did a whole master class on how to run a Facebook video ad.
Amazing.
Where's that at the end here? Live master class, yeah.
End.
Right, cool.
So it's like I think it's an hour-long, 45-minute master class on, and there's some actually additional chapters in the course where we show how to set up the audience, what kind of settings we use to run our ads, and all of that is in there.
Nice. And I just have
you get so many bonuses as well. Like, this is such a good deal. Even if people sign up and take all of next year to improve their video presentation, like, it's only gonna pay off. Like, talk about such an amazing investment. You guys are so fun.
Nice. So you actually give these titles away? Oh, we could be using those.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different titles where you basically just plug in your keywords, and then you can see which one fits the best.
Awesome.
Blair's gonna go bootleg the course today now.
Yeah.
Well, you guys should already have access.
Yeah, I know. I know where to find it. Yeah. I felt invisible, Jan says. You don't look invisible there.
Yeah, so did you, like, before you got started, before you really got onto this path, were you mostly the guy who operated behind the camera and you didn't like being in front of the camera? Because that was definitely the case for Blair.
Yeah.
What's your backstory?
Totally 100%. Totally 100%. I never thought I would be in front of the camera because, I don't know, Blair, you probably know that if you're behind the camera, you're pretty safe because that's the only place where you're not in front of the camera ever.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Totally.
So I always thought that that's what it's going to be, but then we realized, hey, we want to teach this content, and we already started running workshops, and we can't, like, our time is limited. We can only run workshops in the places that we're physically present. If we want to reach a bigger audience and teach this to people all around the world, we have to be on video.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of courses out there that are just like PowerPoint presentations with a voiceover.
Yeah.
And I just can't watch those. Like, I tune out after 5 minutes and start scrubbing through and just like reading all the text, not even listening to what people are saying. And probably after like 3-4 videos, I give up and never go back to it.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew if our course is about teaching people how to create engaging videos, we need to come up with engaging ways to teach that content.
Yeah. Yeah. I signed up for a guitar course, learning how to start learning flamenco recently. I was like really interested in that style, and so I bought this course, and there's no talking at all. There's no interaction or engagement. It's really just, here's the tabs, here's the guy's fingers, and I'm just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Right? Like, after being immersed in this world and knowing the potential of online education and just getting used to this, It's so challenging to go through. I want to reach out to him and saying, hey, can we help you? Can we help you? You know, how's your engagement? You know,
you have a good track record. That's how we started working together. Like,
can I get my money back?
Can I get my money back and then help you produce better quality media?
Yeah, because I want to learn what you have to do.
Do you want to be BFFs?
Tell him about your challenge happening in January. Maybe he actually will sign up and make some money.
Ooh, yeah. So the eCourse Games, we're going to be hosting it'll be a 2-month challenge, a race to launch summit where all participants will be creating their ultimate course. And the idea is that
how long do they have?
They have 8 weeks. It'll be about 8 weeks. We haven't talked about this. We haven't had like a full meeting to flesh out all the details, but it'll be around mid-January that it starts, probably 3rd week of January. It'll be an 8-week challenge, and you'd create your ultimate paid offering.
Are you gonna join?
You should join.
Yeah, you got lots of free time.
Fun.
I know how much free time you have.
You could do a course on
when's the
how to be a new dad.
Yeah,
a daddypreneur course.
How to produce your child's videos and be the best dad on the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will look into that. I'll let you know. I have some other things that I'm launching in January, so I'll have to see if a online course, maybe if you'd launch it, if you did that challenge again later in the spring, I might be interested.
We'll be doing 3 or 4 next year. So this is for us. This is our new thing. I mean. Ideally, what we want to do is we want to grow this into kind of like the eCourse or the X Games of eCourses. You know, like the X Games is scientists compete for world-changing inventions, and they win, $1 or $5 million prizes. And so we want to, over the course of next year, we're going to just keep upping the ante of what that cash prize is going to be worth for the winners of the best courses. And we feel like that's going to be our way to really shape this industry and to amp up the quality of courses. Because what we saw from this first one, which was our beta, we had $750 for first place and $250 for second, and coaching in that. And is that people really thrived under this competitive experience. And, courses can have badges, courses can have fake currencies, but money is a real motivator. If you can win money for building your business, it's a double win.
Yeah, we've learned that entrepreneurs like making money.
Yeah.
I don't know where, there must be a statistic out there.
Yeah.
and I don't know why you wouldn't do that, because if you get paid to create a course that you then can sell and make more money with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a full brainer.
There's no, if you have the time and the energy, that's definitely something you should be doing.
Yeah. Well, and what was really cool is we saw some people that have been in the community for quite some time, and this last challenge was 5 weeks long, and they really poured it on. Like, people were pulling all-nighters to get their courses finished leading up to the deadline. We had about 5 of the people submit their courses within 3 hours of our midnight deadline on Sunday. Like, they were just busting.
They were hacking into each other's internet accounts to bring them down so they couldn't upload. And it was messy, but it was good.
It's pretty fun. It's been great to now what we're doing is we're judging all of the courses. So we have to go through the courses and we're offering each student a report card based on, what our experience was, what we loved, and what can be improved as they move forward. And I think it's going to be a super high quality thing for people to have that feedback.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, let me know if you ever need some guest judges. I'd love to see some of those courses too.
Yes. Yeah. All right, you're signed up for the January eCourse Games judging. It's a full-time job, so you better quit your day job, and probably should move to Salt Spring Island, British Columbia as well.
Yeah,
and
there's no snow here.
Yeah,
is there any snow there?
It was white this morning. Now it's all gone again.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening again. Yeah. We had a lot of rain.
Lots of rain. Yeah. We live right on the ocean here, and yesterday the water was today it was 4 feet higher than any other time it's ever been, which is kind of crazy from all the rainwater, because we live on a canal, so it's like the river runs into the ocean and the ocean at high tide.
Anyways.
I was.
So, Jan, do you have anything else that you might want to let our viewers know about script writing? See, this is a good example, folks, of why you want to write a script.
Yeah.
Is so you stop rambling and you get to your call to action.
Yeah, what's your call to action today?
Well, definitely go and check out the Powerful Video Formula.
Yeah.
Because
don't just check it out. Sign up for it, folks.
Yeah.
First check it out and then sign up.
Right.
Hit two steps.
Two-step process.
He's stretching it. He's got
process.
two, folks. Yeah. He's got two things to do.
Yeah.
So where would people go to check it out? Do you guys have
we've got it on the eCourse
somewhere?
If you go straight to eCourseadventures.com, it's right on that page. And people could just sign up straight there. Or eCourseadventures.com/the-powerful-video-formula. We need a better URL for you, Jan.
That's not bad, though. The Powerful Video Formula makes sense to me.
At least you can remember.
Yeah.
Well, it's always such a pleasure. We just want to keep growing this relationship, and behind the scenes, we've had a couple conversations around potentially collaborating on production stuff down the road as we grow the production side of the business. So I think folks are going to see you around a lot more.
Yeah.
I can't wait to continue these chats.
Yeah.
Yeah, always so much to learn. Always
Speaking of these chats, another thing that we didn't even get into after you were on the show last time, we ordered your card deck, Ask Deep Questions, and it's so awesome. Do you have a deck there? These are amazing. So good. I did it because I went home back to my family's place, and we pulled them out over dinner, and usually dinner conversations back home, it's kind of surface stuff, but it was really cool to just do a few rounds sitting at the dinner table with my family and asking some really deep questions and learning some stuff about my parents that I didn't know.
I'm envious. I went back home in October, and I should have done that. It's that would have really helped.
Yeah. So where can people find out more about your card decks here?
Without confusing the first call to action, so make sure you check out the Powerful Video Formula.
Yes.
But if you have done that already, you can go to askdeepquestions.com, and I'm actually, depending on when you watch this, I'm running a Kickstarter campaign for a new deck of cards until December 5th, and we're already 125% funded, so it's definitely happening. The cards arriving at my place next week. I'll be packing and shipping them for the holidays.
Nice.
So if you're watching this before December 5th, you might still be able to get your hands on one deck.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of things, especially launching this with 4, 5, 6 week old at home.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh man,
awesome.
True story. Yeah, I remember those days.
I did different kinds of all-nighters.
Yeah.
Different sort of creation.
Diapers and feedings.
Yeah.
Way to go, man. Happy for you.
Well, we'll let you go take a nap now.
Yeah.
Because it's well worth it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show this week. And everybody, links from today will be in the show notes on our eCourseadventures.com website.
Yep. And if you like the show, subscribe. To the channel.
That's it.
How are we doing, How are we doing, Jan? Are we doing good? Okay. Nice.
All right, sir. We will see you again soon.
Senora.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice.
You know what we didn't talk about? We just did our call to action. What comes after the call to action? Because we have this thing of ending awkwardly most of the time because we don't really how do you finish the video or usually it ends at the call to action, go do it, and then it's it ends. But now we did our call to action, we're out of juice. We
didn't ask him. What do we do?
No, where is he? Find out next time.
Well, that's why we've got this.